G'day ladies and gentlemen, Chief Boss here, and today I'm going to be reviewing one of what has to be one of my favourite figures. G'day everybody, how's it going? Chief Boss here, and today I have Transformers War for Cybertron Trilogy Earthrise Starscream up for review. First, as always, we'll take a quick look at the box. Here we have the box, and this is actually my first Voyager class figure. Although Leader Class Optimus Prime is technically a Voyager, he didn't come in a Voyager box, and he's technically not classed as a Voyager. He's a Leader, but Starscream is a Voyager through and through, and this is my first Voyager figure, and he did not disappoint. Here we have, on the box, Starscream, War for Cybertron E9. Once again, I still don't know whether that means anything. Oh well. Earthrise, War for Cybertron Trilogy, Transformers, Generations, Hasbro A+, Takara Tomy. On the side, you have a very, very cool illustration of the Air Commander. You have that. On the bottom, I use a Voyager class. On the top, not much. On the side, you have a larger picture of this Earthrise thing, and there is a ton of detail in here. You see Bumblebee, and he's got an Autobot sticker on him, which is something pretty cool. As I stated in the Hoist video, you have a Unicron there, so we might even get an Earthrise Unicron figure, which would be pretty cool. And yeah, there are a bit of spoilers in here, which is unfortunate, because you see that the Nemesis is probably in the ending of Siege. There's something coming out of space, so that is the Nemesis. But I think everyone relatively kind of knew that. See, there's going to be an appearance of the Quintessons. There's someone there in what looks like to be a seat on a spaceship. But yeah, it looks really, really cool, and I'm very much looking forward to it because, as I've said, Earthrise is my favourite out of the two so far. So I have high hopes for the TV series. Sending Transformers, War for Cybertron, Earthrise. And on the back, you have your obligatory product shots, all this stuff. You can do it in 30 steps and all that sort of stuff. And yes, that's it for the box. Fanning down. Starscream in here. He does come with his instructions, but yeah, they're just regular instructions. There's nothing special there. Let's get onto the figure. And here we have Starscream in his F11 Eagle mode. And I love this figure. I really do. I had my doubts originally about both the Earthrise and Siege molds. But after this figure, and the Siege is a pretty heavy retool and redo of it, I love Earthrise Starscream now. And I feel like I could maybe get Siege Starscream in a while and maybe display him in his vehicle mode flying above the area. But I love this vehicle mode. The yellowed out cockpit looks fantastic. The colors are amazing. The blue here is fantastic. All over. The null rays are great. The purple Decepticon logos. I can gush about this vehicle mode all I want. It does have its problems. Its gaps in here and its visible robot mode and its big thickness, but honestly, I love this figure a lot, and especially this vehicle mode is definitely one of my favorite bits about it. And the gold, the red, the white, the grey, and the blue all go together so well, and I love G1 Starscream so much because he's just such a recognizable character from any distance. You can just recognize that it is Starscream. Yeah, he looks fantastic. Unfortunately, the null rays are a bit gappy, but that's alright. I'm sure they will release an upgrade kit that does fill them out. I probably won't purchase it. I'm not fussed about it, but yeah, you can do that if you wish. Yes, fantastic all over. The underside is a bit dirty, but I don't mind personally. You can put them on a flight stand. If you flip this skirt out, you have a hole there. It is on an angle for some reason. I can't for the life of me fix it back. But when you put it back, it is evened up again. Can take the null rays off. You can put them back here if you like that. Or you can put them up on the side here. like that to be a bit closer in, or you can put them up here to also be on the side and a bit closer in, but a bit further out. And this is pretty cartoon accurate, being a bit closer to the hull of the plane. This might be a bit too far close in, but there you do have this option. I do like to leave them on the wings. I feel like that just looks a bit nicer. There you have that. For size comparison, here he is with another Earthrise figure. Here he is with Hoist, my previous upload. Previous review. You have that. You can definitely tell that this is a Voyager. You have that. Here he is with Studio Series Starscream. Here's F-22 Raptor Companion. You have that. They're relatively the same size because they're both Voyagers. You have that. Very, very cool. And last but not least, a figure I actually haven't touched in a little while, and there's a reason I haven't touched him. I transformed him just for this. Here he is with Masterpiece Starscream. Probably one of the worst Masterpiece figures I own. But here we have these two, and this jet mode smashes this jet mode out of the park, just in every single way. I don't care that it doesn't have landing gear. I don't care that these null rays are hollow. This smashes this out of the park any day. The vibrant yellow, the vibrant blue, the vibrant red. I'm just gushing about this yellow cockpit. I think it's fantastic. It looks awesome. I love it so much. But underneath there compared, this just smashes the Masterpiece out of the park any day of the week. It is so good. But getting rid of this and probably not transforming him ever again, because if you saw the news, there is a Masterpiece 3.0 Starscream coming out. So there's a third version coming out, which might improve. So I might keep him transformed and hang him from the ceiling or something and display the other Masterpiece figure. But I'm definitely going to get the other Masterpiece figure because Starscream is a big character. And if they release a Thundercracker and a Skywarp, I'll get them as well. But this guy is really, really, really cool. I love him a lot. You'd also get the port on top to put a weapon on there if you so wish. But that's just about all. As I said, he doesn't have landing gear. That's alright. He does sit pretty well just like that. Now, for transformation, let's get into it. What you will want to do first is take the null rays off. Then you'll want to just split this open like that, revealing the head. And you want to come to here. And don't take them off, but do that. And then shift them up like that. Take the legs off. Lift this part up. And fold these parts out. And then the legs will just come out, and there's tabs, there's slots in there, and they go onto these tabs there, just like that. Split the legs, fold that down, fold the toe out and the heel back, and untab this section from the side of the leg, and fold it down like that. Do the same on this side. Fold that out, fold the wing in, untab it there, and bring it around like that. There you have the legs all done. Fold that down. Now you want to bring this up, and you want to disconnect that. Rotate the wings around. Fold the arms out. Fold the hands down. Then you want to bring this whole section down. Rotate it around and fold it down again. And this section here will go into that slot in there eventually. Just sit it down for the moment like that. And now, folding this up, make sure that you feed this. You'll see it come through there like that, and that locks that all in very, very nice and securely. And then just lie this down the back, and this will clip in. Make sure these arms are out, and they just go in either side, just clips in. Then you want to fold this out, fold the arm out, and when folding it back in, you want to make sure that this little protrusion here goes through this hole there. just like that, for when you're transforming him. Out, fold the arm back and fold the hand out. Do the same on this side, fold that out, fold this out, and fold this back, like that. Then for the wings, you just crease them back, like that. And then the null rays, just go on the top of his arm. There, like that. And maneuvering him and posing him correctly. Here we have Earthrise Starscream in his robot mode. And this guy is fantastic, really. He is a stray away from the original G1 Starscream in design bits, and he's not 100% accurate, but I love it anyway. It is its own take. It isn't 100% G1. It is War for Cybertron Trilogy Starscream. You can look at this guy and think both, oh, that's G1 Starscream, and you can also think that's War for Cybertron Trilogy Earthrise Starscream. And I love that about this figure. It's really well done. He looks fantastic. The colors are fantastic. The faux cockpit piece here that folds up with the chest, so I got the hiccups, looks fantastic. The blue is awesome too. All around, it's really, really good. One thing I don't like is the size of the wings, though. I feel like the wings should be a bit bigger. You can do that by straightening them up. And I wish also they could pivot outwards like that. That might have actually helped a little bit too. Just like that. But otherwise, this guy is fantastic. His backpack isn't too bad. It's just a cockpit. And it kind of just sits there. That's one of my gripes with this figure. It just sits there. It doesn't... It's visible from the front a little bit. You could see behind the head. And that's as far down as it goes. And it just sits there. Doesn't tab in. Just it's not a loose joint. It's a nice heavy joint. It doesn't come out. But it just sits there. From the back, he's pretty clean. He looks all right. Really, really nice overall. As for posability, he can look up that far, down that far. His head can do side to side, and he's got a full 360. It is on a very posable ball joint. His arm can go out that far. It can do a full 360, but it is blocked by the wing. You've got to swivel at the null ray, which is basically, if you have a Starscream figure, a G1 Starscream figure, you have the null rays on. You have a bicep swivel, a elbow bend, which is pretty good, and that's all at the wrist. You don't get a swivel or anything, which would have been nice, but for the poses you do with him, it's enough. What you have is enough. He doesn't have a waist swivel, but that's understandable because of the way he's made. He's got a thigh swivel. He can do alright spread. His legs can't go back that far, but moving the skirt out of the way, they can go forward a bunch. He's got a bend at the knee that far, and a very nice pivot. He's got a flight stand piece in here, so you can have him hovering above the sky, above the ground, which is good. All in all, this guy looks fantastic. I love the pieces of detail, and all over he looks really, really good. For comparison, move the camera up. Here he is with Deluxe Class Hoist. And as I said in my Hoist review, he is a large Deluxe. He is a very large Deluxe. Either that, or Starscream is a small Voyager. There we have that. Here he is with Studio Series Starscream. And there we have a scale that he might be a small Voyager, actually. We have that. And last but not least, I did forget that I did need to transform him one more time. But here is my fingerless masterpiece Starscream, because the fingers just fell off. I have some of them somewhere, all on the hinge joints, but oh well. He'll be in vehicle mode soon, and never touched again. But there we have that. And yeah, this figure is great. I really, really like this figure. Overall, he's fantastic. I would definitely recommend you pick him up. Not too sure. I'm gonna go watch some reviews of the Siege Starscream to see what he's like, and maybe I might pick him up too to be a vehicle mode, because I was always a bit of a fan of those those Cybertronian jets. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to like and subscribe and share it with your friends, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.